Here with the Black Ops 6 world champion of Mrtl here, Mr. King Mike.
Ayo, what's up?
And today we're going to be going over just a small, quick, brief interview with him before he plays his second champs. So, anything you want to share from, like, I guess, how you've grown from the first year to now?
Just a different game, different movement, a little bit. Uh, I don't know.
It's pretty much same old game in the same old way, in a sense. Same old bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So last year, I believe you played Mystic round one, and then you swept that. And then I think you played round two, might have been Myers, I believe. And then you played M2, and then you went to the grand finals, and you pretty much you dropped three maps total, and none of those were in the grand finals. But I think one was a search to Myers, and then I think you lost two to M2, not in the same series, but I know it would have had to have been. I don't know. I don't really remember. We'll do a better chance of better time of tracking this time. But yeah. So what is your game plan going in this year compared to what it was last year?
Basically, it's pretty much the same thing, honestly. I've just been trying to dial everything in here recently and get everything on track to be ready for champs.
Gotcha. And as of last year, your biggest competition was M2. Um, we didn't really have anyone else other than M2 and maybe Myers. This year we have King
Right.
Ghosty. What is your concern for this season with the competition? Would you say it's more steep or pretty much the same old in your eyes?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit more, but nothing I don't feel like I can't handle.
All right. So last year you went into it with the second seed. This time you're going to try to get a win to the first seed. Um, I believe you're more than likely from what we're seeing. Your first game will be against Flyrite. I know Flyrite may not be your biggest opponent, may not be your biggest concern, but going into
Yeah.
game one, do you look past game one or do you take it a game at a time?
I really take it one game at a time because realistically, you never really know. But at the end of the day, I have confidence in myself, so I feel like I'm gonna make it all the way. But I don't feel like fly ride's really gonna be too much of a problem for me, honestly. But I don't also think I'm also not just like taking them for granted.
Right. At the end of the day, he is
Still
here
gonna
for a
play
reason.
good.
Right. What is so M2 will have the second seed, so matching up against him will probably be pretty soon if assuming y'all both continue through the winners round one or winners round bracket. What do you expect your first matchup to be, and do you expect your last matchup to be against him as well?
Like my first and last matchup against him.
Yeah, like in the tournament. Like, how do you feel going into your first matchup against him, and do you feel your last matchup will be against him as well?
Well, I feel like he's improved for sure. So I feel like he keeps up on the grind on getting better. So I feel like it might be a little bit more challenging than it was last year. Hopefully, anyways. But uh, it depends on how the first game goes, how I'd feel about the second game. But part play my game, play it.
Right. Last year, from my remembrance here, which I think is pretty accurate, y'all started on a vault hardpoint. Um, this year, y'all are more than likely to start on a scar, and yeah. So where's your mindset going into these newer maps? Like, do you feel more comfortable on these maps, or would you say during the time of last year, around when champs came around, you were more comfortable with those said maps?
Honestly, I probably played more last year, so I was probably more comfortable with the maps last year than I am this year. But uh, I don't know. I like most of the maps. Black Ops
Gosh.
7 though as well.
So as of last year, you came up a couple games short. You were in second for MVP last year. As of uh, as of the time this will be released, MVP has not been announced, but it is widely known that you are MVP for this season. Does that change your mindset going into champs? Or are you just like, I should have got it last year. I didn't get it. I don't care. I'm still gonna win it.
I do. I do feel like I should have gotten it last year too, but I wasn't really playing as much in the.
Right.
But uh, could you remind me the
Remind you
other
what?
half of that question?
Oh, the other half of the question. So the other half of the question. No, you're good. Okay,
Sorry.
so not winning MVP last year, obviously you went and won it, but winning MVP this year, like the first half was like, do you think you should have won it last year? And if since you won it this year, how does that affect you going into champs?
How does it affect me? Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really affect me too much. I enjoy the fact that I got MVP this year's, but I mean, it's just a bonus to me. Getting
Right.
there is the main goal.
Right. I know we spoke about this off audio here offline, but your opinion, like you made a chance last year, you won the whole thing. Respectfully, not much of a challenge. Number wise, games were kind of close, but as far as like the record, people would look like it was an easy series for you. This year being said, if you do come up short or if you don't make it, how does that affect you going into it? Like, like what is your mindset? Like, oh, I'm good enough that I made it there, or is winning it what matters?
For the most part, winning it's what matters.
Right, right. Um, all right, next question. So we got M2. M2 is more of a well, actually, you're more of an SMG player this year than you were last year. Last year, you were pretty much AR dominant. Are you comfortable with long range SMG fights? Because as you can see in the Discord, we have M2 shooting top green to top blue than SMG.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with decent range. I still beat some people with ARs with
Okay.
with the NPC, so
Okay. And
I feel like the NPC is a little OP to be.
I feel that too. As I've asked everybody, does how do you feel that Raphael dropped out? Because I've asked everybody and people are like, but
Um, I don't really feel any type of way about it. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not upset about it.
right. Um, Let me see if I got anything else here. I don't even write these down. These are just free thrown out there. Normally, when I mean, I ain't even really be listening to your answer as much as I am thinking about a second one. Then I'll go back and rewatch it. But but yeah. So this year you did beat the season win record, which I believe you had five,
Yeah.
and your closest opponent had three or four. I can't remember. It was four, and you had five. Last year, I want to believe you had two or three. Was it just showing up more this year, or was it? What was it that really got you like? Because I know last year you came a little bit behind him too. Was it due to just not playing as much, or was it do you feel like you're better this year, or maybe a mixture of both?
I feel like I've played like in the tournaments more this year than I did last year, and I feel like that has helped. Because like regardless, you can just play the game, but whenever you play against people who are actually playing in the tournament, you start to learn the way they play specifically. So it helps more. I
Right,
feel like.
right. So being last year's Mrtl champion of the first season of Mrtl here, got to give as much call outs and shout outs to us as we can here. Do you feel pressured to go back to back?
A little bit, a little bit.
And then what would
I mean,
my bad, go ahead. I'm just over here asking you more
no,
questions.
you're good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Um, so saying you did go back to back, what would that mean for you as a player?
It'd mean a lot. Yeah.
He was like, well, shit,
I
Tally, I knew I could
fucking,
do it.
I fucking came to the top twice.
Yeah,
Fucking beat him to it, if I
yeah.
do. Not saying I am, but if I do.
Do you see a King Mike versus M2 Volume 2 rematch type deal?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would feel kind of like nice to do it, because I feel like last year wasn't competitive enough, I
Right,
guess, to say. Not like bashing him too or anything.
right,
Respectfully, he's a really good player, but it didn't feel that challenging. I'm not gonna
right.
lie.
It's understandable.
So it'd be cool if he actually tries like he has been in these tournaments. Because
Yeah,
if he actually has been doing that and he goes into champs like that, then I'd love to play against him again at that level.
nice. Um, so a couple more questions here. A couple more meaning seven. This will probably be a two-part series. I'm trolling. I don't know. Maybe. Uh, so advice to like the newcomers, the rookies, whether it be King Ghosty, even though he doesn't play like he's a rookie, whether that be Sugar, whether that be Fly or Evans, people that are just now getting into this league and this is their first year and they're already in champs. Like, what kind of like advice could you give them for dealing with the pressure, or do you care to give them any advice?
I don't really care to give people advice for the, enemies that I'm gonna be versing, but I will just say, just keep your head up and try your best.
Oh yeah. Um, Other than M2, at his best, is there anybody that you feel you could struggle against or actually have a series against, or do you think it's pretty much just sweeping from there?
I don't think it's necessarily sweeping, but to say the least, the I'm only really worried about M2 and King Ghosty.
Gotcha, gotcha. And real quick, I think we got one or two more here. I say one or two like I have written them down. I don't.
Right.
Um, so your champs trophies or whatever. Let's say you win. You go back to back. You get two champs trophies. What do those look like for you? Like, where do you keep those for people at home that want to know where King Mike keeps his trophies? Where would you keep those?
Living room, right on the wall.
Just straight in the living rooms. They walked right through. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, off the top of my head, I think that's all I can think of. I'll ask you the last question I ask everybody. What is your I've kind of asked this 14 different ways. What is your last message to like everybody, assuming that tomorrow is champs or the next time you play will be champs? Like, what is your message to everybody that's either watching or that's playing or that'll be your opponent or won't get a chance to play you? Just like in general for the season, things you want to wrap up with and say.
Last thing I really want to say is I'm gonna be trying way harder than I've ever tried before. So just know that. Be ready.
Oh yeah. So appreciate everybody for coming out and listening. Appreciate our 8-time winner and 1-time champs winner, King Mike here. Um, Basically, I look to have a good tournament, watch this man go deep into the playoffs, and hopefully bring home another ring or trophy, whatever you want to call it. If not, King Ghosty, King Mike get or M2 gets it, or anyone else, I'll be happy as well. For the legacy, I think it's cool to watch them go back to back, but I'm not a hater for anyone else. Whoever gets it, best to them. But thank you again, Mr. Mike, for coming and joining us, and appreciate everybody that's watched through so far. And we'll see y'all in the next episode with Fly Right. Y'all have a good one. Hold on. Turn the damn thing.